The hosts of bracketology are experts in nothing. They claim no advanced knowledge or profound insights. Instead, they are just three judgmental idiots who really like to bloviate their own opinions whenever given the chance. Take what they have to say with a grain of salt, or not at all. You'll probably be better off that way.
Okay, so an all-knowing being comes to you and says 1/4 of the people on this planet are lizard people. Ask me a name and I'll tell you if they are. What is the first name that you ask about?
Oh, man.
And then I'll also give you an answer on if they are a lizard person or not.
Oh, so you are the omnipotent being.
You're gonna be the decider here.
For this scenario, yes.
I'm gonna say Miss McGuire, my second grade teacher. I thought so. I don't know. She didn't blend in that well. I pinpointed her in second grade.
As a lizard person?
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Matt, I think you have a lizard person behind you.
No, that's
right
just
now.
That's just Oliver. That's just Oliver. He's saying hello. He's very confused.
I mean, I feel like this might be...
He's looking at you like, you talking about me? You talking about me?
I feel like this might be a little political and on the nose, but I would want to know if Donald Trump is a lizard person.
Surprisingly, no.
Lizard people are way too evolved.
Yeah, he's just an idiot.
He's nowhere near evolved enough to be a lizard person.
Yeah.
Okay.
It can't. It can't be.
Did you see the Super Mario Brothers movie from the 80s?
Yes.
Now, here's
no
what
way
I
he's a
would
lizard
wanna
person.
know. I want to know Kate Beckinsale.
That's oddly specific, but why?
You also had an oddly specific reason or question, person.
It's just not anyone I've ever heard you mention before, like in any context, period.
Well, she hasn't really been in pop culture a whole hell of a lot lately.
Okay.
Not as much as like the early 2000s. Man, I'll tell you what, Underworld changed my life. And if a lizard did that, I want to know what else can.
I mean, yeah, I got nothing. I don't know.
Somehow that made sense in my mind.
Yeah. I'm sure it did. Out here, it was a little rough.
Yeah, that's generally what happens with my mind stuff.
That's why you say chicken so often when you're just randomly babbling about words and singing songs.
Chicken. There's always a chicken. On that note,
hello, everybody, and welcome back to Bracketology, the podcast that definitively decides all things tournament bracket style. I am your co-host, Scott Grubb.
he is your co-host, Scott Grubb.
And I am your co-host, Matt Robinson.
Somewhere in there, there's a Dan Default. This is your first episode. Good luck solving that riddle.
Yeah.
This week, we continue through the sucky 16 of the worst mascot bracket. This week, we have 2 matchups, 4 teams in the NHL, and 4 teams in the NBA that we're going to be debating our way through as we try and determine the worst sports mascot. So I'll throw it to you guys. Where do we want to start? Actually, where do we want to start?
You do this a lot.
I know. That's why I stopped myself.
You know what?
I caught it. I caught it.
I was fully expecting him to go, where do we want to start, fellas? Let's start with the NHL.
I cannot say one way or another. I do not want to influence your decisions.
So our first matchup in the NHL.
I look like... Hold on. I just realized that in this current get-up I'm in at the moment, I look like if somebody just really scrubbed the hell out of Post Malone's face.
No, I think you look like what would have happened to Stone Cold Steve Austin had he not gotten famous as a wrestler.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of fair too, I guess.
Our first matchup in the NHL is Spartacat from the Senators versus Hunter from the Oilers.
Oh, man.
So let's talk about Spartacat.
Spartacat was the one with the big red mane. Kind of looked like if Sami Zayn was an NHL mascot.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't know if I remember Hunter at all. Which probably doesn't bode well for him in the worst mascot conversation.
Hunter.
He is the lynx-looking one that's almost too realistic.
Yeah, Hunter is the lynx for the Oilers. Still don't entirely understand the connection there.
Can we call this matchup the Shitty Kitty matchup?
Sure. Yeah.
Hunter looks like he was drawn up by whoever animated gargoyles back in the day.
Well,
No,
hold on. Let's
dude.
back the fuck
Yeah.
up.
You're going to have to hit reverse on that comment, buddy.
Are you saying
you don't think he has that kind of like... No. Positively, he has that kind of like aggression look to him. If I recall correctly. I might not recall correctly. I don't know.
I'm going to be honest with you, man. There's not a single part about Hunter that makes me think of gargoyles.
Hunter Oilers mascot. Okay, maybe I'm not remembering this. Do we still have the reference image we looked at last week?
Yeah. I'm just going to get washed out in the video.
Look, everybody knows you're really white, man.
I mean, to be fair, we're all aggressively
I'm getting washed
Caucasian.
out now, yeah.
All right, so that's the MLB. NHL.
Okay, all right, yeah. So the picture's just fucking really far away. Yeah, okay, maybe not then. Up close, he's not as much. Not quite in the same vein I was thinking.
What the fuck's up with Spartacat's? He's got like 3 teeth.
I think he has the large fangs of a cat. He has 4.
Yeah,
but they don't look like
teeth.
fangs. They look like nubs.
2 of them are outside of his mouth. Like they don't even start inside the mouth. Plus having to take care of that hair. I don't like Spartacat. It kind of freaks me out. Oh, no.
It doesn't really get... Its name and its demeanor are kind of... what the hell? Yeah, its name and its aesthetic are kind of off-putting. They don't match. They don't align, right? Like I'm thinking Sparta, I'm thinking Spartan, like I'm thinking big and muscular and Leonidas and 300 and whatever. And then Spartacat looks like he would cry if his kombucha was flat. Like it doesn't quite strike the same level of fear as the idea of a Spartan, you know?
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. I see the connection. At least there is a connection between Spartacat and the Senators. Sparta had Senators, maybe. I'm not an astrophysicist, but
why is that good? I mean, lions?
He does have what looks to be googly eyes.
Yeah, but the googly eyes look weird on him. Also, I don't
I'd
think they
rather
are. I
have
think
something
they're
that
just
looks kind of aggressive,
set in.
like the Lynx, like Hunter, over something that looks like it would try and sell me weed outside of a Whole Foods.
Specifically a Whole Foods though, and it's an organic.
Yeah.
It's an organic
it's-
strain.
It's all organic. It is grain free, cage free.
Cage free marijuana, vegan. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I think I agree with you, Scott. I think that Spartacat is my vote. I would much rather have Hunter from the Oilers, even though he is still stupid. He's not as stupid as Spartacat.
All right. Well, that makes my vote completely useless, but I agree with you guys. I think Spartacat is just too dumb looking to not get voted up.
We are mixing up our adjectives. All right.
Well, you yelled at me for using the word stupid in our last episode.
Well, you did steal it from me. I mean, I'm just saying.
the word stupid.
So that gets us into our next matchup in the NHL, which is Stinger
moving right along
versus Chance. So Stinger from the Blue Jackets is a blue B. And Chance, green B. Green B.
Green, yeah.
The Blue Jackets was bothering me, or was getting to me. He's got giant eyebrows, or are those antenna?
I think those are antenna.
But they double his eyebrows, maybe?
I guess, yeah. In the shape of hockey sticks, no less.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, versus Chance, which is the snake.
A Gila monster.
The Gila monster. From the Vegas Golden Knights. I'm going to be honest. I actually think I might go with Scott's argument from last time and say that, I don't know, the snake kind of, like the smoothness kind of looks comforting in a way.
Gila monster, not snake.
Look, it's all the same.
No.
I wasn't going to argue on that one. Close enough.
He does still kind of have fuzzy arms, but those just look like gloves.
Yeah. Which is good. I mean, it's going to give him a lot of mobility. You know?
Yeah. Ability to play in the Mascot All-Star game is much higher.
Mm-hmm.
And while he does have a stupid open mouth, at least he has like a full set of teeth.
Yeah, I don't like the Green Jacket's like grimace that he's got on all the time.
It doesn't make him look like mean.
I mean, it makes him look stupid.
Yeah, but the thing is that it's all the time. Like, it's fine to have a head or two where he's got a mean face on, but like every single picture is that same fucking face.
To me, what Stinger looks like is a failed concept design for Baxter Stockman in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like totally. the fly bad guy. Like this was his first bad design.
This is the first iteration.
Mm-hmm.
I do agree. I mean, I think, although I'm now seeing a Stinger for the first time, which is kind of interesting, but the Stinger tail is yellow and black. What kind of bullshit is this?
So it makes no sense. No, wait. Go to 2 pictures to the right. Yeah, does he have a black and yellow booty?
Yeah.
Looks like it.
Which, I mean, that's just poor design. I mean, you're going to make most of him green and then just give him...
Wait, top row, third picture. What is that?
This?
He wants you to paint him like one of your French bugs.
It's a sexy Stinger. I don't know that makes it any better or worse.
No,
either way.
It's definitely not helping the argument. That's for sure.
I really think the weird yellow diaper is bothering me. Again, if it was a turtle, fine.
It would make sense.
But it's not a turtle. It's a goddamn bee. As
Yeah.
much as I hate bees, I gotta vote stinger. Stinger is stupid. Stupider.
Scoot.
Okay.
Where's your
next.
brain trained?
You go
Yeah, well,
next.
you've gone
Okay.
last almost every time.
All right, fine. I'll
Fuck
go
you,
next.
Dan.
Wow.
I'm just
that
kidding.
got aggressive.
I'm just kidding.
No, I do think that Stinger is a weird looking bee, quote unquote. If you haven't seen it yet, his feet are actually yellow and blue, or yellow and black too. But he has weird hockey sticks for eyebrows. On the flip side, you have a Gila monster that really the biggest thing that takes away from Chance for me is the fact that his head is so ginormous in comparison to the rest of the mascot. But I don't think that is enough for me to overcome just how weird Stinger is. The big red eyes, the, aggressive grin.
Why are his eyes so red? He's been dabbling in the devil's lettuce, I tell you.
He's
Yeah.
been dabbling in a hell of a lot more than just that. He's been putting hot sauce straight in those balls. I also
Yeah.
want
Sorry,
to
Dan.
point
What
out
was your vote?
I think I'm voting old hot sauce eyes.
Yeah.
Stinger.
I didn't notice this until just now. That motherfucker's wearing a backwards Civil War era cap on the back of his head behind his hockey stick eyebrows antenna. And that is weird.
Is that in all the pictures? Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
hard to
no,
notice
Stinger is-
because the eyes take up most of the photos.
It
Stinger's
is
the worst
a
of the two.
It is a blue Civil War era hat, so at least he was fighting for the North.
I mean, or he took it off. Never mind. Took off a body.
Stinger
All right.
has bodies.
Stinger moves on and will face Spartacat from the Senators in the next round.
It's such a terrible matchup. These are awful mascots.
Who came up with this fucking idea? All right, so then that takes us into our first matchup of the NBA. Scott, do you remember who the first matchup is?
I do not.
Dan, do you remember the first matchup of the NBA?
Not even kinda.
All right. Well, I tried to spread the love. Lucky the Leprechaun.
We can't see them.
Shut up.
You're looking
could.
right at them.
Lucky, take notes. Lucky the Leprechaun from the Celtics versus SLAMSON the Lion from the Kings.
Ugh.
I remember both of these quite clearly.
I just looked at SLAMSON.
Slamson's
Look at his
Fucking-
head.
creepy face.
He's got a bigger
His-
forehead than Peyton Manning.
Look at those dead eyes. There's nothing in them. Why would you not put a mesh cartoon eye over that? That is just depth of blackness and darkness and then real human eyes staring out through them. And it is especially when it is combined with the fact that it looks like the face was cut off of something else and then crudely plastered on it like some kind of bullshit out of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh my God.
It
Yeah.
is the creepy. Oh my gosh, that is upsetting. I would not let my child meet that because I don't want pictures of it in my home. It will haunt us and give us nightmares.
It looks like he either belongs on a registry or a serial killer's list. Like it's one of the two. Oh my God, it's so bad.
And somehow his stuffed animal is actually kind of cute.
Yeah.
That's
It's
fucking
like
bait and
that's what
switch right there.
That's what they were going for.
Dude, this
But
fact,
oh my God.
the
It's
fact that you can see the human eyes behind the mask is
Oh my
the
God.
worst thing I've seen in my 35 years on this earth.
all right. So bring up
It
the
has
picture.
It has an overbite that makes it even creepier too. Like it's
It's
just
an underbite. It's a super underbite because that
oh
bottom
underbite.
jaw
You're
is
right.
what. Look at this.
Yeah.
But that mane, though,
It's a beautiful mane.
it is a beautiful mane. All right, we should bring up Lucky. Yeah, the leprechaun. Lucky, the laziest ass mascot.
But also equally creepy. Like it's just a dude. It's just a dude in a vest.
Yep, and he's not even the best Lucky the leprechaun.
Yeah, because
The
Lucky from
best-
Lucky Charms is
Yeah.
right there. This dude's not even a redhead.
How many dudes play Lucky like in a seat? Is it just one guy? Like is it a mantle that gets passed down? Like
It's a mantle of power. I mean, most of these photos look to be at least the same kind of guy.
right, but is it that's not what I'm asking.
Does he have pointed ears?
Also, can you imagine going through the tryouts to be that guy? Like, at least with other mascots, your face is hidden, so you don't have to, carry the embarrassment of being Orbit or Stinger or whoever, T-Rack. But this guy is just out there for the world to make fun of.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like he can take off his mascot costume to go to the grocery store. It's his fucking face. Like,
Yeah. And
He'd
the
be standing
internet is
there.
really mean.
yeah, he'd be standing there debating whether he wants to buy name brand or store brand, and some little kid's like, "I know you."
You're Lucky the Leprechaun. And then he's going to be like, shut up, kid. And then he's always got to be on. He's always got to be
Yeah.
on. He can't,
Oh,
Or
that
at least
would
be like
suck.
prepared to be on.
Yeah. But I mean, like, he would never be able to get mad in public, right?
Yeah, but he looks like he's the victim of frat hazing. Like, he looks like he's pledging to a frat and they're making him dress up as a leprechaun.
Okay, let me just throw this out there. Okay, you live in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
You turn on the evening news,
Mm-hmm.
and the first story that pops up is Lucky the Leprechaun absent from tonight's Boston Celtics game after sex trafficking bust. How surprised are you?
That took a real hard turn I wasn't exactly prepared for.
I'm just saying, how surprised are you? Does he
I'd
look
still
like
be
he...
somewhat surprised.
I mean, I'm not saying you wouldn't be. I'm not saying you would. I mean, we're all, a little surprised about P. Diddy, but not completely surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, a little, So it's like, where's that scale with this guy?
He's really white.
He... okay. It is, I mean, the lights in the stadium are definitely going to shine off of him.
Mm-hmm.
Arena,
But maybe
not
that
stadium.
helps towards the mysticism of a leprechaun. We don't know. Leprechauns might be shining.
Look, I like leprechauns. At least the
But-
few that I've met.
Okay. Go on. Elaborate or just move on?
So let's get to a vote.
How creepy is it to just have a dude? All right. So it's just a dude. Wait, what was the first one? I already forgot.
Oh, come on. SLAMSON.
SLAMSON, that's right. Okay, never mind.
Here.
I got...
No, I'll bring it back up.
Oh, my God.
I'm gonna have
That
nightmares.
face, man. It kills me.
Okay, so
Yeah.
here we go. Look, I think in any other matchup, being just a dude that's wearing a green vest is not enough to make a mascot. And it's a crappy mascot, and it's creepy that our kids are just taking pictures with a dude in a green vest.
Yeah.
But that face is the thing of nightmares. Freddy Fazbear and Five Nights at Freddy's, they've built a whole fucking franchise off of shit that looks exactly like that. And
Mm-hmm.
it's jump scares and it's creepy. And that thing is going to haunt children after they take them to a Kings game. SLAMSON is by far the worst mascot. And I expect to see him in the next round too.
Yeah, I gotta agree, man. Like, I can't stand Lucky the Leprechaun. I think that is the laziest mascot design in all of professional sports, not just relegated to the four popular here in America. Lucky is just lazy. But when you look at the nightmare fuel that SLAMSON is, he has got to reign supreme in the shittiest mascot contention. His face, his eyes, those dark, soulless voids where eyes should be.
And then followed up by eyeballs that are barely visible.
Yeah, it is just awful.
SLAMSON is so bad that I'm sitting here wondering how I didn't know about SLAMSON already. Like, how is it that something this terrible has existed and I haven't already heard of like a stand-up comedian making fun of it or something in the past? Because it's that bad that it should be in the cultural zeitgeist. We should all know how terrible this mascot looks.
And not just that, we as a society have failed to do that for 30 years.
It's been around that long. Is that really what it looks like in the NBA game?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. They like tried to cover it up, but they couldn't.
They made it better in the game. This thing is so fucking creepy. All right. I was good. At least SLAMSON's bringing me some enjoyment because I haven't stopped laughing at him the entire time we've looked at him.
Hey, kids, you want to hold my basketball?
Yeah,
You want to hold my basketball and take a picture?
Come on. Come here.
Promise old SLAMSON doesn't bite. Just hold my basketball. We'll take a picture.
I don't have enough teeth to bite. I can just nibble.
Come here, let me get a little nibble on you.
All right. So Lucky the Leprechaun gets off easy because SLAMSON doesn't have enough teeth. And
Well, I wouldn't say get off easy. He still has to live his life as Lucky the Leprechaun.
Yeah.
But God,
He still has to fill out tax
bad.
forms at the end of the year and write Lucky the Leprechaun under occupation.
oh Christ! All right, it's time to move on to our last.
He still has, at some point, has to get a colonoscopy where the doctor will be like, "Hey, are you?"
How lucky do you feel now?
Oh my God! Now I'm just imagining a doctor giving a colonoscopy to fucking SLAMSON and him turning around. Jesus. We gotta move on. All right, our last matchup in the NBA is Grizz, the creepy fucking night wolf,
Yeah. That's another Five Nights at Freddy's
versus Boomer.
Oof.
wolf bear thing.
Boomer from the Pacers.
Oh yeah, that dumb looking cat.
Mhm.
It's dumb, but at least it's a cat.
I mean, yeah.
Grizz doesn't know what the fuck it wants to be.
I mean, to be fair, most of these animals are kind of loose interpretations of their. Hold on, go back to that first picture you were looking at. He looks so soulful. No, not that one. Bottom, second row, all the way left. Yeah, he looks so soulful. He's like, this one's for you. He's like, he's pointing to a Make-A-Wish kid in the stands, like, this one's for you. And then he's going to do a super sweet trick off of a trampoline and slam dunk it. And then the kid's actually going to be fine in the long run.
And then this happens.
And then he poses for Playgirl. Yeah.
Just imagine this thing coming at you in a dark night.
I know. Now I'm imagining that Grizz has an awesome backstory.
I actually, this one I kind of enjoy. This image
Well, you can see the human eyes in there, and that weirds me out.
I don't think those are human eyes, though. I think those are just like painted on eyes.
Oh, you might be right. You might be right.
And I think I'm okay with that.
He looks that's giving off big Hacksaw Jim Dugan vibes right there. I just narrow casted us.
So, are we not going to talk about his name? Or are we just going to avoid that conversation?
Grizz got Riz, bruh.
Grizz got Riz.
Grizz got Riz, bruh. He's got Grizz. He's got Riz. He's got Jizz.
What? Go up 1 and over to the right 4 or 3. Excuse me. Yeah, that one. What is that? No, yeah. What is
Super
that
Grizz?
outfit? But it's like
Super
the
Grizz.
off the shoulder sleeves.
No, he's just hairy from the neck.
Okay, I see. All right, and then let's look at the. Hold on, let's look at the cat again.
Oh, here you go.
Boomer.
They're right next to each other.
Oh, hey, perfect. Hmm.
All right, let's bring. Hold on.
I think there are just some angles with Boomer where its face looks real dumb.
Yeah, I mean it's hard. It's hard to give Boomer too much credit because he does look again. He looks like a knockoff Rocky, and Rocky's just a dope ass mascot. Some may say the best mascot in professional sports. I don't even like the NBA. Rocky from the Nuggets is this times 9,000.
Rocky is also the highest paid mascot in the NBA.
That's because he's the shit.
He earns every penny.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
I feel like I'm just very middle of the road when it comes to Boomer. Like Boomer does not really invoke any kind of emotional response at all.
Yeah, I think it's important for us to recognize when, similar to Lucky, when laziness and blandness just doesn't do anything for us. It doesn't push our needles. So while that is bad, Grizz pushes my needle in a negative way. But at least it pushes my needle. You know what I mean? I lost a photo of Grizz. And
See, I mean, in that image, it's not bad, but also most of his head is covered up.
That's true.
But go to the picture to the right of where the picture you were just at. See, that's not a bad looking bear mascot, and that is for definitely
the
not
Rochester
a
Grizzlies.
not a professional team. The Memphis Grizzlies are a professional team, and that's the best they could do.
I think it's this.
I mean,
it's this one that's really.
I think they've got some intimidation factor there with some muscular definition. I think they have. I mean, a bear-like structure. The face is not exactly what I picture bear-wise, but I mean, I think it's also versatile enough that it can be friendly for kids, but it can symbolize something intimidating, I guess. I don't know. It still is. I don't know that I can necessarily put a finger on it, but I'll tell you this. It's still better than Boomer.
Really?
I think so. I think Boomer's the worst of these two. Boomer's just so middle of the road bland. I think Grizz at least has, I don't know, a little more personality. And I mean, it matches the team. It's a grizzly bear. I mean, yeah.
I still dispute that that's a grizzly bear, but
I mean, that's fair, but
I
that's what it's
see
supposed to,
your point.
Represent.
I see your point, and I hear your vote. You're voting Boomer as
It
worst?
sounds like it, yeah. I'm going to say yeah.
Dan, what do you think?
So, all right. Play with me in this space for a little bit, fellas. When you go to a sports event, right? We were just talking about the Nuggets, probably the most applicable to us since we're all in the Denver area-ish. And you see Rocky running up and down this, the stands and doing bits with the fans and, making people laugh. Which of the two mascots that we are looking at right now do you feel has that cartoony nature enough to rile up the crowd and get them, having fun? I think it's Boomer. I think Boomer looks like the more fun mascot, just going off looks alone, right? Because the people inside the costumes change. Those costumes stay the same.
I'm not
I
sure I
think
understand what you're saying there.
I think when it comes down to being a mascot, the cartoony nature of Boomer is better than the almost hyper realistic face of Grizz.
So we have a split decision.
I hear your point. I understand your point. Boomer does have a little bit more cartooniness to him. Probably more exciting for the kids. Honestly, probably easier to do weird dunks off a trampoline without all that fur hanging off all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
But I sincerely dislike Grizz. And I don't know how that's different than what I was saying before.
It's not really.
Yeah.
I was confused for a second. I was like, did he mean to say Boomer?
I do think Grizz, the muscles, like the Super Grizz view that's on Google a little bit, way better than just the regular Grizz. I'm going to be completely honest. But I don't know that that is the normal mascot. I think the regular Grizz, the creepy Playgirl posing Grizz, is the regular Grizz, and he freaks me out. I think I'm going to vote Grizz. Grizz is the worst of the two. So that moves Grizz forward. And we'll face SLAMSON the Lion next week.
All right. That rounds out the Sucky 16, right?
It certainly does something to the Sucky 16.
So next week we move on to the Ewww Eight, as I think we just decided to call that. As always, we want to thank you for sticking around and giving us a listen. Please take the opportunity to interact with us on the social medias. If you have any questions or comments or feedback or bracket suggestions or whatever, you can find us on X, formerly Twitter. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Snapchat. That's not true. The last one's made up. We're Bracketology, BRACKETALLOGY on all the social media platforms. Please interact, have some conversation with us. As always, we also want to thank Aaron O'Donnell from Aaron O'Donnell Music on YouTube for letting us use the track you hear at the beginning and end of every episode. And then more than anything, we want to thank you all for giving us a listen, for sticking through this bracket as we continue again, working our way through the worst sports mascots. As always, I'm Scott.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Dan.
Bye-bye. I didn't like that one as much.